Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. So this is a video that I had posted in the Spirit Circle on Friday, the 3rd, April 3rd. And it's a answer. We're talking to the Lead Team Collective using the dowsing rods based on the community, those in the Spirit Circle, based on their comments and questions regarding the messages that the Lead Team Collective had given us for April 2026, which I posted last night, yesterday, and I will post that right here at the end of this video. It'll pop up. So you may want to go and actually watch that first if you haven't watched the April messages. So this is going to, depending on what comes up in the future, but I just feel like this month is pretty critical for the whole collective to listen to the messages rather than having it just for the Spirit Circle. So enjoy. Hey, Spirit Circle. I hope you're doing well today. Surprise! Extra video this month. We, as promised, the Lead Team and I are going to review your comments and questions from the messages for April, which I just read them again, and I just find them so amazing. So I'm feeling very light today, and on the public channel, I think I recorded the next 5 videos, still looking at what's going on Earth, like what's been behind the scenes. And then I woke up today and I was like, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with that, which is amazing because I have this sense, and I don't know if anybody else senses as well, and plus the messages coming through. What we do now is going to make a huge difference for the next year. And so and maybe a lot of you will be happy to know this, I am ready to just stay in the higher vibration rather than keep looking at the stuff going on in the world. Now, I can't say, if something big happens, I'll probably come back on and talk about stuff. But so for the next 5 videos or so, and then after that, I'm just really ready to have more conversations like we did the last 2 nights, actually. So yeah, because we don't want to spend too much, it was really helpful. And I think I was here to help find for myself what's really been going on Earth so that I could see it and then choose, right? If I wanted to stay in that space. And then also to have the conversation out loud with others who needed to hear, to process what they've been learning about what's going on. And many of you are like, yeah, we saw it. So I thank you for your patience. So I'm looking forward to just getting back to all the spiritual conversations so we can keep our That's really the most important thing going forward. Because, we want to make sure that for those of us who want to make sure, I'm ready to not stay in the 3D. So I want to get moving on with that. So I don't want to stick my energy in that vibration anymore. All right. So let's talk through, got a little outline here on what the community said. Many, many comments. So thank you so much. And again, thank you. There's a lot of happy birthdays. Thank you very much. That was the day that came out was my birthday, and it was very nice of you. So I appreciate all your comments. And let's see. And so, yeah, so I'm going to go through your comments, and then we're going to ask the lead team some questions. All right. So the community connected deeply with the butterfly and cocoon message. I did too. Many people said they feel between an old life and a new life. Several people said watch your back felt like self-care and not fear. The strongest theme was taking care of yourself and your family first. Many people said they feel called to simplify and prepare. The idea of reap what you sow felt very personal this month. People want to know if this next year brings real change. Several comments connected the horse card with freedom and movement. Was there a horse card? I don't even remember. I have to look at that. Many people asked how to stay calm while the world feels unstable. Yeah, you know how we're going to stay calm is we're going to have more spiritual conversations. That's what we're going to be doing. And I can see now, you know, why my own inner guidance has been, doing this. Because I can see the conversation when stuff comes up now. We're going to be able to not necessarily look at what's coming up, but look at how to stay in a higher vibration, and have conversations with the lead team about that. So, yeah, I think that's really good. I think that's going to be good. If you're in the book club, if you're in the practice and you're in the book club, to me, that's a really good way to, or just, read your own books. If you're in the path, that's totally okay. I get it. In terms of, sometimes it's, you have enough. But that's another way to stay calm, is to read some really qualified, the book we're reading this month, especially, or Diana Cooper's books, really help you stay grounded. I just watched this video. I'm going to post it below. You guys have to watch it, about how if you go out, and I know this is a no-brainer, like we've heard this before, but I am legit doing this. This is going to help us stay stable. If you can, if you have access, take a chair and go sit outside, not just in the sun, as often as you can, whenever your weather is better, and put your feet in the grass and in the dirt. Wait till you watch this video, which has not been approved by the FDA, by the way. And if any of you have any inflammation in your body, which is probably most of us, that has been proven to reduce it and to get rid of like Alzheimer's and dementia. And so that's how we're going to stay stable, is we're going to be talking through. And you know what? Since I've started getting rid of not watching the Iran war stuff anymore, all that kind of stuff, my feed is now offering me, like they just offered me this video about going outside. So get your feed to offer you only things that will help you raise your vibration. We need that. Your algorithm, tell your guides, and then you have to obviously not click on the things that have the, the scaremongering, I'm done with those. If anybody, I don't use those. I mean, I try not to. I tried, if people are using the scaremongering or this whole thing, and you know what I mean, don't click on those. That is another way to keep your vibration high. Plus, I mean, some people, you might have your favorites that are doing that, but yeah, so we got to get our algorithms. Let the algorithm work for you. You don't even need to watch that stuff anymore. You just really don't. And, and it's funny because I ordered a couple books. I might repeat some of this when I get to the public channel, but I ordered a couple books about like the way things have been. You know what I mean? I think I'm doing a video on the public channel about the Committee of 300, there's apparently 300 people in the world or families who basically control everything. Okay. So that's one of the videos coming up. And see, this is like, now that I'm done doing those videos, like, you guys they're still coming up in the feed here, but, and it's interesting, but it's so funny how I just woke up today. I was like, okay, I'm done with that. It's time to move on. But anyways, I had ordered this book about the Committee of 300, and I'm sending it back. I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. There's no I'm like, okay, I don't need to sit and focus on the Committee of 300. Why would I want to sit and focus on people who have been trying to control all of humanity for eons? Why would I want to do that? 2 weeks ago, I probably would have read the book because I was still trying to understand. So it just depends on where you're at, and that's okay. It's totally okay. But now, and I do think we all have to go through that process. Some of us went through it 25 years ago. Others of us are still going through it. So, yeah, so those are ways that I'm thinking. And so what are ways that you're thinking? We should have another conversation about this. What are ways that so many people asked how to stay calm while the world feels unstable. What are other things? Again, training your algorithm, watching the books you read, watching the movies you watch. I'm starting to see the brainwashing in the movies now, like how they've conditioned us. I mean, the fact that there's so many violent movies out there is absolutely ridiculous. Just being really, really careful about the shows you're watching and who's behind it and what is there an agenda? If there's not, then, but before you even watch it and expose yourself to it, look at it. You know what I mean? Faye and I were having this conversation recently about, and I mentioned this, I think, in the last video that I'm going to put up next week on the channel. And the one I recorded, I think I did 6. I think there's 6 coming up. It's the last one. I don't remember. I may have been about the committee of 300. But anyway, and I was like, oh, there's something else that's come across my path. And I'm like, I don't know. Well, anyway, so there's 2 people. I'm just going to tell you, this is an example. There's 2 people that I came across who are talking about extraterrestrials, okay? And like their research and that they're coming and all this kind of stuff. So one of them, the messages from this person, and actually I did see some people in our community commenting about this person. And I might have to mention this because, in fact, I'll ask the lead team at some point. But everything he talks about you. If you've heard this, you might know. I wouldn't go looking for it. I personally don't think there's any reason to. But he was talking about, this person says, and that, he's got access to them and all this kind of stuff and meets with them once a month. But that there's good ETs and bad ETs, okay? I'm not going to go into any more detail about that because there's no reason. Just personally, I just don't think there is. Now, you might resonate differently with it. And there's other things he said that I was like, well, if that's the case, then there's no point, whatever he was talking about. And so I emailed Faye and I'm like, if you have time to watch this, I really need your thoughts on it. But then in the meantime, I came across Dr. Stephen Greer, I think it is. And his messaging was so different. And both Faye and I agreed that, now again, everybody's going to feel differently, but that the first messaging, again, is based on fear. I feel like that guy is, now that I know how the humans have been functioning on Earth, some of the not so, the greedy ones. I'm like, oh, they're going to keep us in fear about the extraterrestrials, about spirits, other spirits living on other planets who might want to come and make contact with us. And Dr. Greer has kind of he's, that if it looks like the world is being attacked, don't fall for it, he said. That's actually just humans who have the capability, because the ETs are not going to do that. They're not going to do that. But this other person, you know what I mean? So this is where we really get to use our discernment and say, you know what? I don't like your messaging, and I don't even care if there's any truth to it or not, because I'm not living in fear. And Dr. Greer, at least as far as what I have seen, very, very positive. Like the ET experience is very, very positive. And I believe that, that they're just spirits having other experiences, So anyways, that was a long one. But I just feel, so tell me, you guys, because then we can explore and I can share your ideas on, because many people asked how to stay calm while the world feels unstable. So those are just some things that I've been thinking about. Okay, the community wants more guidance about what to do next. Okay, so we're going to have this conversation, and then you can offer your, especially about what to do next. And I'm really feeling very strongly about just whatever it is that keeps your vibration up and all those things I just talked about. All right. So the butterfly stage, the community kept returning to the image of the caterpillar, cocoon, and butterfly. Many people said they feel like they are in the middle of a huge personal and collective change. Absolutely. One person said they feel like they are cracking out of the egg. I love that. Knock, 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 knock. Cracks. Another said the country feels like a caterpillar using up resources before the cocoon stage. Interesting. Several people asked if this next year is the start of a completely different future. And I think this next year, like in the 12-month period, is a time where we are choosing, which is why we don't want to keep choosing to pay attention to the 3D. Don't keep choosing to pay attention. Does that mean not showing up for a protest at this point? No, it doesn't. And actually, I did a follow-up, one of the 6 videos you're going to see over the next 6 days. One of them is a follow-up to the community's comments about my feelings about that I was struggling about the protests and is that causing division and whatever. And everybody, I did an SG, I did a lead team collective session on all the comments, and it turned out amazing. There's an option C, we're calling it. You guys were calling it option C. So yeah, showing up for that, I just got major chills, showing up for that, if that is love and unity for you, then 100%. So you do things, it almost feels so simple all of a sudden. Again, totally, my whole head, everything is just one big chill. Thanks, you guys. That's confirmation, obviously. So, the community wants more guidance about what to do next. What you do next, everything you do is based on love and care, and not on survival, not on, just get yourself a little prepared. We've been talking about that so that you can feel comfortable. And then do the things that feel like love. Like when I write to my representatives, have been writing to them, they ain't love letters. And so I need to shift that. If I'm going to continue writing to them, they need to be love letters. And that's just kind of the shift that I'm seeing. If you're showing up to a protest with an angry sign, I would shift that and make it a love message. That's our opportunity to show up with a love message, right? Yeah, right? I mean, it's starting to become very, very clear to me. So, all right. So, let's see. Let's ask the lead team. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, the lead team collective, so it is only of the highest and purest light. Amen. And it's funny, hey lead team, thank you so much for being here. Over the last 2 weeks, I felt very strongly about doing the Law of Challenge, because I was feeling duped about everything. And now, I can still do it. I probably should, just energy wise, but I don't feel like I have to. You know what I mean? Isn't that an interesting shift in energy? So I really feel like, okay, I get the world, and I don't need any more specifics. It's like, okay, I understand the 3D way more than I ever thought I wanted to, but I don't want to play in it anymore, So lead team, in the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? Yes, thank you. In the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? Yes. In the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? Yes. It's interesting to me because I say the prayer, right? And I ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel, our community, the lead team. So the question is, and then I do the law of challenge after that. Is it even possible at that point? I almost need to do, well, I guess it's just double checking, but at that point, I can't imagine that it would be, you know? So you guys, is saying the prayer enough to remove any energies that might be trickster energy or unwelcomed energy? Is saying my prayer enough? Yes. Or is the law of challenge highly advisable? No. Is the prayer in the way that I have it enough to override, basically, or I guess remove the need for the law of challenge? Yes. Okay. So Archangel Michael is legit like doing those things? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Okay. So we have questions for you based on your messages that you gave us for April 2026. Okay. Are we now entering the cocoon stage as a collective? No. Have we been in the cocoon stage? Oh, yes. For like 150 years by chance? Yes. Longer than that? Yes. I said 150 years because of the rise of the divine feminine and so are we at the butterfly stage? Yes. But we're still we're just about breaking out of the cocoon? Yes. And those in the 3D, that's kind of what they're sensing, right? Is that we're breaking out of the cocoon? Yes. Okay, cool. Is the next 12 months the beginning of the butterfly stage? Yes. So more of us are gonna, the little legs gonna start coming out. We're starting to crack open that cocoon. Yes, that's beautiful. Are many people feeling uncomfortable because they are changing? Because, yeah, they're coming out of their cocoon. They have to fly now. Oh my gosh, you guys. That's the whole sovereignty thing. That's the whole sovereignty thing. That is incredible. Wow. Out of all the decks I could have used to do a reading on that particular message, and that's the card they chose. That is amazing. Okay, I get it. You know, when you're wondering, what do we do next, right? That was one of the questions. The community wants more guidance on what to do next. Use this metaphor. I'm total chills again. Use this metaphor as often as possible when you're when you're just understanding humanity. When things come up and you might feel a little bit, just say, okay, that's somebody's just, the more the cocoon is opening, because then when we are butterflies, we will be more sovereign. We will be independent of the systems, but the systems have got to, they're going to, and that's going to feel rocky. But then we're obviously butterflies fly, butterflies fly. Yes. Are many people, okay, we did that. Could some of the anxiety people feel actually be part of waking up? Yes. I mean, you guys, the last couple of weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we've all gone through these different periods, right? Is the community being prepared for a larger shift than we realize? No. Let me update that question. Is the community being prepared for this upcoming shift? Yes. And it is something we realize because that was part of the question. Yes, we do. Okay. All right. So the watch your back message Did not feel like danger to most people. It felt like a strong reminder to stop giving all your energy away and start protecting yourself. And just a reminder, that is for April 2026. And I mean yourself, not your kids, unless obviously they're littles, right? Not your kids, not your household, your household. Take care of yourself. Then, and I have a feeling in May, June, July, we're going to start to be asked to branch out. So, but it's only April 3rd right now, and I'm recording this and sending this out. So we've got a nice, beautiful month ahead of us. So it's not time. It's just not the time to even pay attention to what's going on around the world. It just doesn't matter. You know what to do. You know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, then put it in the comments, and I'm sure the lovely everybody will offer you some ideas. Okay, if you're still feeling scared, it's totally okay. Like I said, I just woke up today and I was like, okay, I just went through that last process and now I'm ready, Yes, they're saying yes. Okay. And the more you quiet down, the more your guides will let you know what to do, because we're all need different things, right? So this would be a good time to be writing letters to your guides to give you guidance. They're saying yes. Okay. Let's see. One person said they realized they needed to pull back from unhealthy relationships again. Another action step you could take. Others said the message made them think about practical preparation and boundaries. Okay. So lead team, the message you gave us, watch your back, was that mostly about protecting our own individual energy? Yes. Are we being asked to stop trying to save everyone right now? Yes. Yes. Isn't that so relieving? Oh my gosh, you guys, that's how we are, right? That's how we are. Yes, very relieving. Is setting stronger boundaries part of what watch your back means? Yes. And again, this could be, everybody's gonna, because is this for everybody? Yes. Okay. Could some relationships fall away because they no longer fit who we are becoming? Yes. Should we let them fall away in love? Yes. Is focusing on ourselves and our family the right path right now? Yes. Again, we will have time. You're we're a little bit more out of the cocoon right now, so we're starting to we're just like our wings are we're starting to get our wings going. If we can prepare for ourselves right now, take care of ourselves, then our wings could fully fly. Then we could help some other people out of the cocoon, is kind of how I'm seeing it. So reap what you sow. Many comments focused on the idea that what we do now matters more than ever. I agree. I just got another, you guys, they're just like my head just full of goosebumps. People seem to feel this message was about current choices and not punishment. I totally agree. And especially now with my new enlightenment this morning, that's why I think we want to remind each other, and you guys are going to have to remind me, because every once in a while, I might feel a need to dig into something and just be like, is this where we want to put our energy? So I think we've already kind of went over all those kind of things, but I don't think it's about punishment. I think it's your current choices. You're setting your energy up now to where your butterfly is going to go. It's like, once you're a butterfly, where are you going to go? Are you going to hang out? And that's okay if people want to. It's okay. It's not, if you decide that you want to stay in the 3D, it might be interesting to you. Your soul might be telling you to do that. That's not a bad thing. Okay. My soul is telling me not to do that. And it's helping me to get out of that entanglement. We're all in this little entanglement right now. because, things have been building and building and building. And so we have to that cocoon. It's, it's kind of got us tight in there. And so we've got to release it. It's almost like, take your little scissors but it's totally up to you. It's okay. It is okay if you choose, but choose. I mean, what you do this month matters. So I do think you should choose. Like I am choosing right now. I have to have this conversation. I've had this conversation with my husband actually, because he doesn't know what the hell was going on with all this stuff. But he did say to me, don't leave me, meaning don't leave me behind. And I don't think he will. I think he will go to the 5D with me. He won't understand it, but it's okay. He doesn't get as caught up in the other stuff like I do. So I don't think he's the 3D, he can see like a minute of it and then I'm done. I don't need any more, So, so make decisions about that. One person said the message means creating the future we want now. Is that true, lead team? Yes. Another person said it may simply mean that what we put into the world comes back to us, which would be, I mean, right now, what energy are you putting out in the world? Are you putting fear? Because now your algorithm just shows you fear stuff. Mine has been. But I'm completely changing that. And it doesn't take long, actually. It doesn't take long at all. Like I keep getting prepper videos and I love those. It's like I just decided I'm learning a new skill. Just learn a new skill. And actually, I'm quite excited about it. It doesn't feel like survival to me now that I'm like, oh, I'm just learning a new skill. And if I, then I'll just have like a little extra food, if nothing comes across my path that I needed it, or I could share it. So several people said they now feel more motivated to improve their health habits in daily life. Me too, for sure. Okay, so lead team, is this month more about what we choose now than what happened before? Yes, big swing on that. Absolutely. Is it best to let go of anything that's happened in the past? Yes. Will smart daily choices matter more than big dramatic actions? Yes. Are people already creating their future without realizing it? 100%. Yes. Is reap what you sow more about energy than punishment? Yes, which is good. Would you guys ever give us a message about punishment? No. Could people see clear results from their choices sooner than usual this year? Yes. Yes. They started doing both and then I could feel the left side, then no, just stop. Okay, the just live and go outside. The community loved the softer message at the end. Just live, go outside, and you are loved. Felt like reminders not to lose ourselves in fear. Isn't it amazing? They gave us 3 kind of preparation and 3 love messages. The other ones were love messages too, but they really helped us prepare. Several people said go outside felt like a way to clear the mind. Others said they want to garden, grow food, and spend more time in nature. Now, I woke up this morning, I started buying some gardening stuff, and you guys, I really don't like to garden. I really don't. So, but then I woke up this morning and I go, oh my gosh, I'm going to, because I do have the funds, I'm going to support a local farmer and do another CSA and get locked into that. And then I'll never have to, it's organic, local, comes right out of the dirt and right to my door. And I'm still low carb. So, but I can because I'm learning how to can. So I'm going to can some of the vegetables, which if I'm not going to eat them, I can give them away. They also have a share of their own meat that they butcher basically. But they grow them very sustainably and regenerative for the earth, and they're and free, free to live their good lives. So, and I thought, oh, well, then I don't have to garden. I'm just going to lock in, a CSA and support someone else who does like to garden, So I'm really excited about that because I started getting overwhelmed thinking I had to buy all this gardening stuff. I'm probably going to keep a few things that I bought just in case like my neighbors want to and they need something. So, but that's an idea. So many people said "you are loved" was the message they needed to hear most. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so these are probably no-brainer questions, but we're going to ask them anyways. Is spending time outside one of the best ways to stay balanced now? Yes. So lead team, that movie I was watching this morning about putting our feet in the ground, like getting your shoes off, which I have very flat feet, so I can't really like walk around, but I could sit with my chair in the grass. So lead team, is that a really healthy thing to do? Like, was that movie legit? Yes. Okay, I'm going to do a full episode on that. Okay, so feet in the ground, you guys get your feet in the dirt, especially those of us who have inflammation or you have any pain. People in this movie are like, I mean, if I get to start getting a migraine, which I haven't had for a while, I'm going to go out and sit in the dirt. People are literally saying like they do that and their aches and pains completely go away. I'm like, the lead team saying yes. What? Okay, see, shoes was, the movie says shoes were the worst invention for humans. Lead team is saying yes. Wow. Okay. Could nature help people hear their own guidance more clearly? Yes. Are we being reminded not to lose joy while everything changes? Yes. And again, learn a new skill. Like that's another thing you could do right now. Just say, what do I want to learn? What would be one thing that would help me be more independent and prosper and that I'd enjoy? Learn a new skill, something that could help humanity. So learn a new skill, like whatever, like you could do a new hobby. But also, I think we should all be focused right now on learning one thing that could help others later on by you knowing this one thing. Like for instance, again, the gardening thing, but I've got horticulturists. We've got several horticulturists that live in our area. So if I ever really needed to, but maybe I need to learn a new skill that I could offer them in exchange for that, for helping me if I needed to plant my own little thing. Okay. So that's another action step that would be so positive that you could be doing right now. And it's so easy. You could get a book or at least make sure you have the book on your bookshelf in case you can't get it later. Make sure you have the book on your bookshelf to be able to help others, right? So in case, if you don't have time right now, again, we're not focused on others right now, right? But we're focused on ourselves. So that is something you're like, well, what's something that would excite me? What's something I could do that would really excite me? What's a skill I could develop? Okay. Is just live a message to stop living in constant fear? Yes. Again, pay attention to what comes across your path. Your path. Don't worry about everybody else's path. Let everybody else have their own path. Yes. Will people feel more grounded if they spend less time online? Yes, but then we won't be able to connect. So just make good choices. Yes. Okay. The questions the community wants answered. The comments showed that people want more clarity about the next year. They want to know what practical steps matter and whether there are things they should or should not do. One person asked if travel, flying, or cruising is safe over the next year. Another asked what practical things they should do for children and family. Several people asked whether this difficult period lasts about 1 year. So I'll definitely ask some questions here. But for those of you who have practical things you could be doing for children and family, could you please offer them? And again, you could run it past AI, give you a nice little list, you know. Use AI for practical stuff. It's okay to do that, you know. I think it's here to stay. So just learning how to, you know, use it wisely and for practical things. It even can help you learn your new skill. It can help you choose your new skill. You know, write down like everything you love and say, help me pick one new skill I could learn that would help humanity or help my community, you know, and then give me the resources for it. That would be it. Easy peasy. Okay, lead team. Does the next year bring more change than most people expect? Yes. Does the next year bring more change than people in this community expect? No. And I think that's key. So the things that each of us have in our mind right now about what to expect, are we accurate about the level? Yes. So whatever you have in your mind. Okay. And then just ask for guidance on it. Is the next year more about preparation than fear? Yes. Yes. Well, is this going to be fun? It's going to be fun. Come on. We're going to have fun doing this. Just get away from, again, just deal with stuff that happens on your doorstep. That's it. That's it. Right outside my window, there's nothing going on right now. There's nothing going on. So I'm going to take care of myself until there is something going on, and there may never be, because we're going to start moving away from the 3D, you know? So for those who want to. All right. Are simple practical steps enough for most people right now? Yes. And find joy in it. That's where the joy comes in. I'm really finding joy in it. Should people trust their own instincts more than outside voices? Oh my gosh, yes. There's no better. You guys, this is the best time to learn to follow your intuition and ask for your guidance. Just write the letter, say, I'm feeling a little concerned about this. What's the best thing for me to do? And then just go for a walk and let the answer come to you. It may take a day. It may take 30 minutes. It may take a week, you know. It'll come to you and probably show up in your algorithm. Yes, they're saying yes. And you can even say, show me on my algorithm. Have a video pop up that tells me the message I need to hear right now. Is this difficult period likely to feel very different by next spring? Yes. Is it going to feel more difficult for us in this community by next spring? No. Will it feel more difficult for some people outside of the community? Yes. Is that the difference that we are going to experience the 3D, 5D split? Yes. I don't think, is the 3D, 5D split a one-time poof, it's separated? No. I think is it a step-by-step? It's what we're doing now. It's learning how to fly on your own and being independent with community, with people you love, with the love of your community, with the love of humanity. It's just kind of how I see all that. They're saying yes. Okay. Will more people begin waking up over the next 6 months? Yes. Is the strongest protection right now staying calm and centered? Yes, as long as however, I'm going to say, if there are some of us here who are still actively trying to understand what's going on, is that a bad thing to be doing? No. If you're following your intuition, just don't hang out in that space once you kind of, like I said, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, okay. But why would I keep doing it then? You know what I mean? It's because I'm following my intuition. But I felt like I needed to be there for a little while. And some of you might still feel that. Okay? Where some of you probably are like, yeah, I knew it was coming, but I didn't have to pay attention at all. you know? So we're all here to support each other in our different places. I'm kind of curious. Is there anybody who wants to stay in the 3D in this community? Would you admit it? I mean, it's totally okay. I would love it if you admit it. I would like to know if there's anybody. They're saying yes. So lead team, are there people in this community who want to stay? Okay, fine, fair enough. Fair enough. Are we being guided towards a simpler and more natural way of living? Oh, thank goodness. Yes. Yes. Isn't that going to be great? They're like, yes. It's the golden future. It's everything she describes in the golden future. I can just completely see it now. Is there more support around us than we can currently see? Yes. Around the whole world? Yes. Awesome. Will the community, oh, and I did hear somebody say, so there are people going to cross transition, right? Like, do we need to fear transition? People who are choosing a transition right now, do we need to fear that? No, and it could be some of us, you know? So we don't need to fear it. And I heard somebody recently say that there are young people transitioning right now so they could be on the other side to help this transition. Is that true? Yes, because they came in for a short period of time to learn some stuff. I mean, I just don't even really feel that. I mean, I feel somewhat surprised sometimes when I hear somebody, but I don't even feel sad anymore about somebody passing. Now, that might change if it's like directly in my family, but, obviously, but, yeah, they're saying yes and no. So, okay. All right. Is there more support? We did that. Will the community look back 1 year from now and understand these messages differently? Yes. When will we finally become butterflies? Or when we finally become butterflies, do we still have to do laundry? Yes. Okay, first of all, Mabel, that's pretty funny. That was a good one. She came up. Part of my rule is that the last question should be a funny one. It's question number 31. I always have her run 30 questions, and it's question number 31. Sometimes they're just dumb. I'm like, that's not even funny. But then what's really funny is like the answer is probably no, but they're like, yes, she will. Well, yeah, it probably is in the I don't know, in the 5D, why should we? I'll just be like, oh I just expect my clothes to be clean all the time. Why not? Okay, you guys, let me make sure I answered some of the questions at the end here. Oh, somebody wanted to know about travel, flying, and cruising. Okay, entertainment purposes only though. Like, don't make your decisions based on this, all right? Follow your intuition. Because if they say no and then everything was fine, I would feel awful if you like canceled your plans, okay? So just follow your intuition. So is traveling going to be an issue for humans anywhere in the world right now? Yes. What do you recommend regarding travel plans? Should we, again, you guys use your discretion. Don't come blaming me later on if you're like, they told me not to travel. And, because you don't know, like there may be you may not see anything because you're not going to pay attention to 3D anymore, right? But, you probably hear stuff, but you may not know like the full consequences. So you can tell I'm a little nervous. They're like, yes. Okay. So do you recommend that we continue traveling over the next 6 months? No. Will we be able to, would you recommend, so you recommend we halt traveling for at least 6 months? Yes. Like long distance traveling? Yes. What about road trips? Should we halt road trips? Yes. Oh, okay. All right. So you're just saying it's a good time to stay put? Yes. Okay. If people already have plans right now, should they like for the next month or two, should they cancel their plans? Yeah, yes. Don't take, I swear. And obviously I don't want anything to happen, but okay. Um, is cruising going to be safe over the next year? No. So the word was safe. Is cruising going to be extremely expensive due to gas? Because they use like the most gas. Yes. Okay. Like I have a friend her family is going on an Alaskan cruise in August. I ain't going to say anything about this. I mean, there's no way I would say, unless she said to me, Karen, tell me what they said about August, then I'd ask, but there's no way I would offer that to anybody. Another, because that's her experience. She may be totally fine, and maybe is this message only going to the person who asked about this? No. Okay. Is that going to be the case for all of us? Do you think that's a good message for all of us? Yeah. Okay. Another asked what practical things they should do. Okay, so you guys are going to share practical things you should be doing for family and children, right? Can you guys share those things, please, in the comments? Several people asked whether this difficult period lasts about a year. Okay, so I think we answered that, but let me just ask some follow-ups and then we'll be done. Lead team. So this period that we're going through where people are trying to get out of their cocoon, is that going to last more than a year? Yes. What I want to know is when do we hit the peak of the intensity? When do we hit the peak of the intensity? Which the message this month was the time has come. So, but I don't quite know if we have hit the peak yet. So have we hit the peak of the intensity yet? Oh, okay. Is the peak of the intensity going to show itself by the end of April 2026? Yes. And then does the intensity go up from there? No. So the intensity just starts coming. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to be like an avalanche. Oh, it could be an avalanche. Is it going to feel like an avalanche? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Remember timeline shift too. So, okay. And that's why you're suggesting we kind of stay put right now? Yes. And again, remember timeline shift. Can this timeline shift? Yes. Okay. The astrology is supporting it though. For those in the practice, if you have a chance to listen to the forecast, it actually, for those who are not, it was like the 1st through the 10th tends to be the most critical time. So I don't know. But remember, we're all over the world. We're all in different places. So, okay, just remember, we still have to do laundry. We're still going to have to... I have to end on a funny note. When we finally become butterflies, do we still have to do laundry? And the answer is yes. But do you guys know I never do laundry because that is my husband's favorite chore. In fact, we actually fight over how much laundry he does because it drives me nuts. He looks for laundry. I'm like, stop doing the laundry. Do something else. So I shouldn't complain. I haven't done laundry in like 30 years. I've not folded clothes in like 30 years. I'm not kidding you. That part is very, very nice. So, all right, you guys. So I will see you on Monday for the reset. I hope this was helpful. I loved this idea. I'm really loving this idea of doing sessions on your guys' comments. I'm getting into that on the public channel too. So I think those are going to be the best conversations we ever have. All right, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.